This is The Front Page on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. And here's Don Day.
Hey now. I said, hey now, y'all. Great morning, LA. How you doing? How you feeling? That's gratitude right there. They say the more grateful you are, the more things you have to be grateful for. So I ask you, what are you grateful on this good Tuesday? You know, I started out today's show with the Vitamin D Bag Lady by Erykah Badu. So important that I want to start that out with today. Because as a community, as a people, we have a tendency to hold on to things. And you know, myself, growing up in a household where my mother was a hoarder, and as a result of just losing so much, family, my father, her mother, her hair, eventually her life to breast cancer. When things start to flee, you just want to hold on, but not realizing that these things that come in the form of depression, anxiety, worry, fear, slows you down. I don't care how you dress up this bag that you carry it in. What is it in your Louis? Your MCM? You might be eco-conscious friendly and might be in a paper bag. Regardless to whatever it is that you're carrying, whatever it is that it's in, understand that it's slowing you down. And see, in life, that's why they say, cast your worries on the Lord so that you can move freely. What you are carrying this for? Things that you cannot control. And that makes me circle back to Erykah Badu, and she says, I guess nobody ever told you. All you must hold on to is you. She continues on to say, one day, all them bags gonna get in your way. I said, one day, all them bags gonna get in your way. You better stop letting these things slow you down. I know you looking around and you said, oh my God, what am I gonna do? But you gotta remember, don't let what you see make you forget what God said. God said exceedingly and abundantly, far more than what you could ever imagine. So whatever it is that you're carrying, it's time to let it go by the wayside. So, bag lady, bag man, it's time to pack light. All right, that's the Vitamin D. Now let's get to the show. You know, I'm excited about today, baby, because you know Tuesday and Thursday is my day, because that means I talk to you. I hear from you because you blow up the lines, and let it be Tuesday. What is it? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me Tuesday. I wonder if this Fred already calling in. I know the line is open, but I'm going to get to you. I want to remind you to call me if you want to talk to me, baby. 520-KJLH, 520-5554. Now, we got some things to talk about. Who was it? Rebecca Allen. Rebecca Allen hit me up on Facebook, say, Dawn, what happened to these 3 women that got shot and killed in Beverly Crest that ain't nobody talking about? Captain said, Dawn, let's bring attention to Eunice DeUmfors, who lost her life in her car over there in Jersey. And we got to talk about what's happening locally, what's happening with these eggs. The video of Anthony Lowe, you know, the W amputee. I got some updates on that. Plus, I saw Molly Bell was out in the streets with Councilmember Andrew Jones. Oh, they got some new gun laws they're trying to take effect in a meeting happening today. All right, so we got all that to talk about and more. Let's dive in. It's time to talk about what's happening. What's happening in our nation? What's happening in our state? Or look over to the left, to the right. Who on top of you? Is it your boo? What's happening possibly with a person near you?
It's time for Front Page News with Don Day on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Child, everybody is wondering why the price of these eggs are so damn high. Well, I was on KTLA.com this morning, you know, always preparing to give you the freshest and the latest news. While we're talking about the prices in the U.S. of the eggs being so high, do you know they're disposing hundreds of thousands, now maybe not be thousands, but hundreds, perhaps thousands of eggs at the U.S. and Mexico border? Yeah, why? Because eggs are prohibited from Mexico. Hundreds upon hundreds of people are bringing boxes of eggs that will be destroyed. Now, the primary reason for all of this is because they can potentially carry HPAI, also known as the bird flu. And, back in October, the first cases of the avian flu or the bird flu was confirmed in LA County. Now, these cases are part of the ongoing nationwide bird flu outbreak, like I said, also known as HPAI, HFN1. Now, the bird flu is one of the main reasons for the skyrocketing prices of eggs. In fact, the U.S. Department of Agriculture reports the average national price for a dozen of eggs is just under $3.40. Just a year ago, it was $1.30. That means that it's about 161% increase in cost. Now, in fact, it was quoted that the bird flu is approximately right now located in 47 states. And it costs a lot to eradicate it. And as though we would depend on this product a lot, the only way to get rid of this problem is basically to get rid of the risk. Now, from the border crossing stations, the eggs will be taken to a nearby waste facility to be steamed, sterilized, and thrown away. Officials at the border say they're throwing out thousands of eggs per week. And according to individuals on site, people are saying they're purchasing eggs in Mexico for their families because of the high costs in the U.S. In fact, there was a report that a gentleman was saying that he didn't even know it was illegal to purchase eggs there. Because he said, I thought the avian flu was in the U.S., not Mexico. Okay, something to talk about. Now, we've been following this, and I expect this conversation to definitely up level, because as a community, we have to stand up for ourselves, especially with all the things that are going on when we talk about police reform. When we talk about gun control, well, we know the whole story of with Anthony Lowe, the 36-year-old who lost his life in Huntington Park. Yeah, the double amputee. Well, the Huntington Park Police Chief, Cosme Lozano, released the video of Anthony yesterday. Now, the surveillance video shows that Anthony got out of his wheelchair and approached a man who he then attacked with a 12-inch butcher knife in front of a Shell gas station. Now, the victim was critically injured but is recovering. Now, in another video from a nearby business, Anthony was again seen off of his wheelchair and armed with that 12-inch butcher knife. Okay? And as officers approached them with their guns out, now, the video shows that the officers used a stun gun on Anthony twice, but he was unresponsive to it. Then they eventually shot at Anthony several times. Now, also, the police released the audio from the 911 call of a witness describing that, hey, that is Anthony. Now, the police chief has said he fully understands and intends to answers to the rush to the judgment, but we're allowing peace, and hopefully the release of this video will actually get the answers or the questions to the answers to the questions that individuals have. I was talking to Captain, this was last week on Friday, and, he brought it to my attention, like, Dawn, we got to mention what happened to this New Jersey councilwoman. And we were talking about Anthony, and family called me in because we're making room for conversation. He was saying that I think it's approximately like 12 feet. If an individual comes to 12 feet and they are armed with a knife, police have the right to shoot. So, while on one end we can say, hey, he's a double amputee, why are we shooting at him? What kind of threat? The law is the law. These are things that we just need to talk about. Now, since we're talking about shooting, and let's talk about a little bit about gun controls that could take effect. So, in the wake of the devastating mass shooting that happened in Monterey Park, where 11 people were killed, well, there's a discussion that there's going to be some new gun control measures in hopes of curbing the gun violence in the county. Now, several motions are expected to be presented at today's meeting of board supervisors to discuss what we are going to do in regards to gun control. Now, the conversation stands that there needs to be a countywide gun owner registry. Supervisor Lindsay Horvath and Hilda Solis have proposed a motion that would direct the county's legal counsel to study the feasibility and legality of implementing of a nationwide gun registry. Now, what would this registry really do? Okay, well, it would be created in partnership with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department and would be existing data and records to create a database that will be easily accessible for law enforcement and first responders. They're saying right now that the current system for tracing guns and so forth is slow and tedious. And with this process, this could be a countywide, even move to a nationwide registry. And it would make it easier for law enforcement officers to track down criminals. But then I got to ask you this. What does that mean for the guns that are illegally out on the street? Okay. There's another thing of they're saying having access to the database that lists the firearms registered to a certain address would allow first responders to better assess the situation and adjust their approach accordingly when responding to a call for a service at an address with a licensed firearm. You're going to have to do better than that. Because when I look back at July 6th of 2016, Philando Castile had his license to carry a gun. He even would try to tell the police that he had it, and you still took his damn life. So again, who are these gun laws, these new gun control policies supposed to support? Because when I look at us, we pay for the police. And when I look at the receipt, it costs us our life. In addition to this meeting will be discussion about liability insurance, will include individuals taking safety classes, use gun safe, install trigger locks, or utilize chamber load indicators. In addition to that, they're going to be discussing warning signs and secure storage so that if you are purchasing a gun at a location, there has to be a notice about the dangers of the gun. If you have a gun in your home, it needs to be securely stored. Also, there is a talks of having assault weapons ban. I'm here for that because what the hell you need to assault in the U.S.? Huh? In addition to that, they're saying a 50 caliber ammo ban and county and property restrictions. So all of this and more. But family, I got to ask you, who are these gun control laws going to support? Is it us? Talk to me. All right, I got to go to this break. I'm a little behind, but we got to pay this bill, get this money. Plus, it's going to give time to get to you. I see the lines are open, and I got some callers on the line. So stay right there. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm going to come back with some resources, how you can win some money, plus how you can get some money, and perhaps also some services that could be beneficial for you. Okay? It's Talk to Me Tuesday. I want to hear from you. All right, y'all. We're going to be right back on the flip side. It's Radio Free, 102.3 KJLH. We'll be right back.
This is The Front Page with Don Day on Radio Free, 102.3 KJLH.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with a piece of Black history.
My name is Harry. I'm 7 years old from Westport Heights Elementary School, and my history is Black history. Tyler Perry, the first African American to outright own a major film studio, grew up in poverty. Perry then wrote 13 plays and his first movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, starring Madea. He was a wild success, leading Perry to a long career in film. Tyler Perry now employs over 200 Black creatives today. My history is Black history. It is because of them we enjoy many of the freedoms today. I'm Harry, and I am free, radio free on 102.3 KJLH.
Learn more and do more this Black History Month at KJLHradio.com.
Is your loved one at the hospital or in a nursing home? Have they developed bed sores, fallen, broken bones, or become dehydrated? These are the things your family member should be protected from. Bed sores, falls, and dehydration are almost always the result of negligent care. You trusted the healthcare provider to keep them safe. If the provider has broken that trust, it's time to seek outside legal help. The hospital and the nursing home should be safe places for your loved one. Get the help you need. Call Zoran Basic at Basic Law Group. Dial 800-215-1234 or visit elderabuselegalgroup.com. The consultation is free, and if they don't win, you don't pay. That's 800-215-1234. To reach Zoran at Basic Law Group, the phone number 800-215-1234. That's 800-215-1234. Or go to elderabuselegalgroup.com.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with a piece of black history.
My name is Alexia, and I'm 11 years old. I'm from Westboro Heights, and my history is black history. Reverend Raphael Warnock came to prominence in Georgia as the senior pastor at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, the former pulpit of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Now he is on the national stage as a newly elected senator at Georgia, the first African American to represent the state in that position. We salute Senator Raphael Warnock and his fight for quality healthcare and the dignity of working people. My history is black history, and it is because of them we enjoy many of the freedoms of today. I'm Alexia, and I am free, radio free on 102.3 KJLH.
Learn more and do more this Black History Month at KJLHradio.com.
What's up, Southern California? This is Guy Black. I'd love for you to join me every Saturday from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. We have all the fun. We play all your favorite throwbacks. And at 11 a.m., it's Guy Black's Battle Royale. I don't care who wins the battle. I just want to play all this good music.
I'm loving your show, Guy Black.
And I appreciate you. Join me Saturday from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. I love you, and I love my job.
It's the Guy Black Show.
You're listening to The Front Page with Don Day on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
I heard the hell out of that. This is The Front Page, and I'm doing like the break of day. Do you have your pens and paper ready? Do you got the notes section open on your phone? In fact, are you online? Because we're live on Facebook and Instagram at Dawn DAI Speak. So you can see me in the studio doing my use. You know, I have my green tea. I make sure I eat my pineapples every day for obvious reasons, and also it's good for fiber. But when I come back, I told you that I have some information and resources that you can use. Who trying to get some money? Check this out. We are deep in 2023, and we're still paying your bills. Radio Free Cash Relief is available for you. All you need to do is sign up at KJLHradio.com. Yeah, hit the image with the money and get to that cash. Sweet, sweet cash. Because I sent you there, right? When you go there, put your name, your number, your email, all your information. More importantly, put the name of the bill, the cost of the bill, and then what I need you to do is listen weekdays at 4:10. Because you got 10 minutes before we call your name out. And if we call your name, don't call back in 12, 13, or 15. I said 10. Don't say Dawn Day from The Front Page said to call, and it was 15 minutes later. No, you got 10 minutes. And if you call back within those 10 minutes, well, heck, your bill is paid. Boom, cat biscuit, just like that. And who sent you there? The only station that loves you because we are you. That's Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. All right, the lines are blown up. I don't know who trying to get through, but I know when I come to you, you better be ready, because I hear if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. What I want to know or let you know for all those my senior citizens, did you know that you can get a real ID driver's license or state ID for free? Free 99. So here, check this out. If you or someone you know who is a senior, meaning they are 62 years of age or older, let them know that they're eligible for a no-fee senior citizen ID. Councilwoman Heather Hutt is extending a special invitation for you to apply for a real ID driver's license or state ID card. Now, this is what you need to do. Now, I know you got the pen and papers ready. I know you better have all the distractions out the way, because I told you this, right? Okay, you need to show proof of identity. And as we were previously told, you needed your Social Security number, because our KJLH family member, Sister Dollar, a.k.a. my fellow water walker, was told that she needed her birth certificate because her Social Security number was not enough. And then we had another call from our other family member, Beverly. She said to make sure your documents match specifically, and especially if your last name on your birth certificate is different because you got married. They need to make sure you is who you say that you is. And lastly, 2 documents that proved you live in LA. Don't be trying to skirt around it. Now, I told you everything that you need. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So here's another note. The application process will take place on Thursday, February 23rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's going to be located right off of Obama Boulevard at the Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex. The address is 501 Obama Boulevard. Now, I'm about to give you this number. You got your pen and paper ready. If you want to RSVP, because they say the early bird gets the worm. Here is the number, 323-733-8258. 323-733-8258. Now, walk-ins are welcome and on-site testing is available. Who got you like Dawn Day? I want you to name somebody. Also, who needs some support paying some bills? The rent too damn high, the eggs too damn high, the utilities too damn high, hell, everything too damn high. Now, Community Financial Assistance is available to help you with rent, utilities, and more. The United American Indian Involvement, Inc. can help LA residents sign up for programs that offer discounts, debt relief, and free items that can lower your water and electricity bill. It sounds too good to be true? Try me. Call this number for information. It's 213-202-3970, 213-202-3970. And if you are computer savvy, I want to encourage you to go ahead and send an email, rcruz. That's R as in Ralph, C as in Charlie, R as in Ralph, U as in umbrella, Z as in zebra, at UAII.org. All right? And also, you know what I haven't done? I know I always say, hey, here's how you can get this money. Hey, this is how you can get this opportunity. What about if you ever wanted to call somebody for some help? Because you just needed to talk to somebody. You know, we had April call in. Was it last week? Yeah, it had to be last week, or was it? Yeah, it was last week. And she called in when we had Amari over there from JTM, the apprenticeship program. And she was trying to get something going together for her niece, who said she was troubled and didn't know what to do, and said, hey, I need to get her in a program. And we both said that, hey, this has to be a choice of that individual. But more importantly, it sounds like there may be some things going on beneath the surface that we must attend to, Because that's where the soil is. So I don't care what seed you got, how great of a potential it is. If it's not in the right soil with the right nutrients to grow, well, what does it even matter? So with that being said, I'm going to do a better job of listing information for resources so that you can help yourself. What does that mean, and what does that look like? Well, if you or someone you know needs help, I want to leave some numbers that they can reach out for support. For example, do you know somebody that is experiencing thoughts of suicide? It's hard out here. Here's a number, 1-800-273-8255. 800-273-8255. Or they can text hello to 741-741. Is somebody in the household getting beat on? You scared? Did you know that, just as a sidebar, we're talking about domestic violence real quick. You know Shirley Strawberry from the Steve Harvey Morning Show? I actually had her on my podcast, Vitamin D with Dawn Day, and she shared her story about domestic violence abuse. Not once, but twice. She even shared how her moment of escape. These are real people with real conversations right now. So do you know somebody that has experienced domestic violence? If so, is it you? Call this number, 800-799-7233. Hey, we ain't too proud to help ourselves, right? Because if you can look up, you can get up. Your destination is not your location. Oh, I said that wrong. Your location is not your destination, okay? Domestic violence number, 800-799-7233. Now, how you feeling? Have you ever felt of harming yourself? Because you can't take it no more. You ain't got to be ashamed. Because you ain't the first person. You ain't the only one. Because you simply just can't feel something. And can't nobody understand you, but you need somebody to talk to. Well, if you are an individual who have thought about inflicting self-harm, I got a number for you. 800-366-8288. Again, with all these services, you can text 741-741. So if you are feeling like you may harm yourself, go ahead and text 741-741 and type in connect. Yeah? You know, the first step to healing is know that you need help. And then the second step is reaching out to somebody that can support you. And see, that's one thing about us on Front Page. And I'm so glad that we're elevating these conversations, because we can't keep depending on anybody else to help, to love, and support on us. We got to depend on each other. I mean, there's only so much we can do, be marching out here, fussing, hollering, demanding, when we can look to our left and our right, to our brethren, because that's who we talking to. Why not put our monies with our community? But I just got to know we ready to have a real conversation. That's what I'm here to do on Front Page. This is about you. So unless I hear from you, what is we talking about? All right. It's time to do some homework. So hold on. Let me do this. Okay, I'll be right back. What you know about Black history?
From Rosa Parks to Dr. Martin Luther King.
I have a dream.
Malcolm X to Reverend Jesse Jackson.
What is your real name?
Malcolm.
My history is Black history.
We are you. We are KJLH FM in HD, Compton, Los Angeles. Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Black history.
I guess Dayton, Ohio's in the house. Shout out to Graveyard Recordings. I see you representing San Diego. Family, it's Talk to Me Tuesday. My name is Dawn, like the break of day, and I'm here to give you resources and information that you can use. We had an awesome, amazing, phenomenal show yesterday, family. And you know why it was so amazing? Because y'all called in. Y'all showed up. Y'all said, Dawn, we need Kevin Ross from Small Jester, Big Smile in here. And when I say y'all showed the heck out, I said, come on, LA. Now we ready to have a conversation. Now, I got my stories on deck to talk about extended conversations, but I'm letting it free fall because you run this, okay? So let's get to these phone lines. Y'all been on hold for a minute. And I tell y'all got to give me a minute to get the information out. And so I'm going to come to talk to you. So line one, I hope you there. I'm giving all this fluff. Turn down your radios. Turn them down, y'all. Okay, you got them down? Okay, cool. All right, line one, talk to me.
Oh, greetings, Miss Day. I'm a first-time caller to your show. It's so full of goodness and energy. I have some good news about Black resistance, and I'd like to share it. My ancestry was hidden from me till I was 52 years old. I'm 75 years old now. Don't look a day over 74. This is what I learned at 52, that my Florida Maroon ancestors negotiated the first Emancipation Proclamation, known as Jessup's Proclamation, 25 years before Lincoln's Proclamation. Start buying up them computers looking for Jessup's Proclamation. It allowed my Black Maroon ancestors to go to Oklahoma Indian Territory. 11 years later, the U.S. government went back on Jessup's Proclamation, and part of my ancestors remained in Indian Territory. The other was forced to walk 10 months to Mexico, where their descendants are now in Nacimiento de los Negros. I'm in Los Angeles. Finally, it was based on the writings of John Quincy Adams, who in 1836 said that by war the slave may emancipate himself. It may become necessary by the war for the master to recognize his emancipation. I've been attempting to get this story out 22 years, Ms. Day, and I thank you so much. And my name is Fixico, Fixico, and I'm a long-time caller to the station, but I've been so attracted to your show. So that's what I wanted to say. I'll take questions or I'll move out the way.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Miss Fixico. Thank you so much for calling in. Did you hear the joy and the confidence in that call? That's what they say, there's confidence in knowing. It's that thing of when you know who you are, you have a tendency to know whose you are. I appreciate you so much in sharing your story. See, when we know better, we do better. And he calling in and professing about knowing, there's confidence in knowing, and we can move strategically when we know where we are. Because when we know where we've been, we know where we're going. That's why it's so interesting when we question our power and what we can do. Do you understand the stock
that you have come from, the PTSD that you have survived.
And we're still shining. Don't trip. What they say? What allows a diamond to shine are the multitudes of cuts that have been placed in it. Shine bright like a diamond. All right, line 2. Talk to me. Line 3. Talk to me. You ready to talk to me? All right, line 4. Talk to me.
Hello.
Great morning to you.
Oh, great morning. Thank you so very much, Sister Dawn. I have been a long time listener from back in the days of Carl Nelson.
Oh.
And I have really enjoyed you on the front page. It has really been a joy just to be able to wake up when I am able to, well, actually I get up all the time, but I'm not always able to listen to you. But I wanted to, and my name is Wanda, and thank you for taking my call.
Of course.
I'm calling because I wanted to kind of touch on a couple of things real quick. One, actually, back to what the gentleman that just got through sharing and what you said about, how we have a lot of history.
Yes.
And I want to encourage, because back in the day, I was actually probably the age of a lot of the young people listening, because I've been listening for so long, and I've actually been on before in various capacities. But we don't pass that information on, and I'm finding that when I talk to people in our community, that many people don't know a lot of the things that have happened in the past, because we as older people are not sharing. And we have to also be that history,
yes.
Because it doesn't take a great person, to be a history. It's everybody's family being able to share what you have and passing it on to the young people, because if you don't talk about it, they won't know about it
exactly.
A lot of times. And we have so much history, just within the elders, within the community. So I'm just encouraging everyone to please start sharing their history with their family and friends, so that others can know what happened in the community, because we have a lot of information that goes that leaves us without anyone knowing, because we're not sharing. And to that end, I want to also just celebrate two young people that I have known. One I've known almost all of their life, and just to encourage people that have young folk. I don't have any kids of my own, to let their kids know that they don't have to be the one that's always out in the front, the celebrity, the Beyonce, but they can be the one that's the singer behind Beyonce. And I've watched a young lady who wanted to be the Beyonce, but she didn't ever quite make it to that level. But she writes music, she sings, she does everything, and she's been on almost every award show, dancing or singing, mostly singing, with people like Beyonce, and just recently with Lizzo.
Wow.
And it's just a joy to watch someone that has come up through the years wanting to, be an artist, and really just pretty much is self-managed, has gotten the types of shows, and she's been around the world.
What's her
doing
name? You tell us
shows.
so much. What's her name? Let's shout her out.
Her name is Dewana Orange.
Dewana
Orange, yeah. Her father was a very, very dear friend of mine, and she just recently, I found out that she was dancing or singing, actually, with, I guess they danced a little bit too, with Lizzo.
Well, congratulations to your baby. She may not have came from you, but that's still your baby, and I can hear the joy in your smiling. And you're right. We got to make sure that we do a good job in connecting.
Yeah. And lastly, I just want to talk about an organization. It's actually a young lady who started an organization that is very near and dear to me, because it's something that back when I was her age, I was very much a part of doing. And her organization, her name is, she goes by the name Jai Soul. And I encouraged her to email you because she has a message that I think is really resonates not only with the young, but also with the old. And her business or organization is called All Black Money. Black Money Matters. Act Like It.
Black Money Matters. Act Like It.
Act Like It. Yes. And she's been going around the community and reaching to the young people in a way that, you know, persons like myself, who this has been something that I've been very passionate about, but I can't reach out to the young people in the way that
I got
she
this
can.
information. We got to make room. We got some other callers. But
No problem. Thank you so very
Ms.
much.
Wanda. I appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And keep doing a good job that you're doing. Love your show.
Love you. Thank you so much. Wow, y'all up here speaking life over me. And it's something to be said. We got testaments from the originators, Carl Nelson, that brought the front page. But just as a reminder, y'all know Jai Soul? Jai Soul, Dawn Day from the front page is looking for you. You got something called Black Money Matters. Act like it? Well, can you act like it and give me a call? 520-KJLH, 520-5554. Now, this ain't the first time I did it. Heck, we just had Kevin Ross from Small Gesture Big Smile in the studio. My brother Kemio called, said, Dawn, this brother is doing stuff in the community. Can you bring him on the show? Well, hey, if you check out the video, check out the podcast. Kevin Ross was here with his beautiful wife, Sheila. And baby, that kind of love, I only let it find me. Just let you fall like rain on. All right, let me stop. Let me get to these phone calls. Thank you so much. I put the call out for Jai Soul. Congratulations, Wanda, for just your love, and I appreciate it. Let me just say this other caveat before I go to the next line. Wanda said, you know, and this is piggybacking off of what Fixico was saying about how we need to make sure that we know our history, but then also communicating that history. You know, I was on the bus coming from the gym, and I'm almost at my stop, and this woman was in a wheelchair. She trying to get off, and you know that if you are disabled, they have a ramp in the front of the bus for you to exit. So she's trying to get off, and this young man is like in the way, and it's like a little tussle for a second. And it's so important that we continue to lay eyes on our community because we got to look after each other. Go back and check out that conversation that I had with Council Member Marquise Harris Dawson. And he talked about his vision for LA. That thing where we look after our community and we lay eyes on him. And I simply said, me sitting there, I said, young man, please let this woman out. And I think it just registered. I don't think it was a mode of disrespect. It's just that they ain't got nobody to just say something. Because sometimes it's just letting know it was no disrespect. And then you know what? He stepped out. Now, when it came for me to exit, I exited out the back of the bus because, you know, that's traditionally where you go out. And I can see he didn't want to make eyes, but his girlfriend, who he had his arm around, she had looked at me. But it was nothing to make a scene about. But what I want to say is that we do more things like that. It wasn't any type of disrespect. It's just looking out for one another. All right, Josh, so I gave you some time to call me. Call me. All right, let's go to line one. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, caller.
Praise the Lord. Good morning, John Day.
Great morning.
This is Merlin Jordan. This is Merlin and Meredith. And I'm calling because I've been a faithful listener since the 80s, since the early 80s.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, a faithful listener. So I'm so grateful and I'm so glad, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing a great job. And, you know, I have to say the co-workers and you guys are all working together and, you know, to try to make a difference in the world. And I appreciate you praying for me at the time I needed that prayer to be lifted up. I want to talk about what I want to say is I want to put someone on blast this morning because I was in church on Sunday, and, you know, I opened up the church with prayer and everything, you know. It's a deacon there at the church. I'm not calling his name because I really don't know his name, but evidently he had been watching me before when I first started going to that church. Because I go to two churches. I do bereavement. I do bereavement at one at West Angeles. Bishop Blake, my bishop. I love him dearly. I've been abused practically all my life from a child from 9 to 12 years old until I decide to tell the truth.
You decide to use your voice.
Set you free.
Yes.
Right. And, this deacon, last Sunday, I'm in church at church at Love, Peace, and Happiness Church. That's another church that I open up with prayer. And this guy came up to me, this deacon, I guess he had been watching me, came up to me and kissed me in my mouth.
What?
I mean, grabbed me, you know, I feel like that was rape because that was I can feel the energy of him.
Are you kidding me, Miss Marilyn?
Yes, ma'am.
The
Yes,
audacity?
ma'am. He grabbed me and kissed me in my mouth.
Now
and I
wait a
said,
minute.
you know, I was so shook up. I said I have to put this out because, you know, it was hindering my spirit because I've been raped. And I was raped by a loved one from 9 to 12 years old, like I said. And you know, I hid that for the longest. And then, you know, when I told this person about it, another loved one, they told me to leave it alone. No, I couldn't. I couldn't. But I wanted to throw that out there because I said I'm going to expose this person. You in church, you're supposed to be a deacon. You don't supposed to set an example like that in church. But anyway, I just want you guys to pray for me and let me keep on doing what I'm doing and let my voice be heard.
Thank you so much for your bravery, for your transparency, for speaking up, Miss Marilyn, because just as Kevin Ross was in here yesterday and his wife, oftentimes we can hinder ourselves from growth, from healing, from thriving, from simply shame and guilt. The fact that there is a shame that people are inflicting or imposing or suggesting because somebody violated you is something we got to do away with. You know, we get so ashamed to have these conversations because we don't want to look bad, not realizing that whose life could be affected. And then we wonder why people out doing things they ain't got no business doing and engaging in actions that don't seem like self-love because they had to hold something in for so long. They trying to get it out some way, somehow. So thank you, Miss Marilyn.
Yes, yes. So I just want to say I love you.
I love
Keep
you.
up the good work, Dante, and I listen to you. If I don't hear from, if you don't hear from me, I'm listening.
All right. I know, and you know I'm always thinking about you. You my favorite. You my You are my very first listener that came to visit me at the station. So you got a special place in my heart. And you know what? I ain't got it right now, but you know, your pens are all over the station. We got I Love Jesus pens all over the station. And I just be like, that's Miss Marilyn Meredith.
Oh, bless you. I will pray for us. Keep us in prayer. We definitely going to keep y'all in prayer. And about the homeless, I'm still out there doing it like that.
Thank you for doing your work just like that. I love you.
Keep praying.
All right, praying. Talk to you later. Okay, let's go to line 2. Tell me something good. No. Talk to me Tuesday. Great morning. Who's this?
Hello?
Hello? You on the radio?
Can you hear me? This is Jacqueline.
Jacqueline? Yeah, Jacqueline, you on the radio.
Shut up. Okay, I'm sorry, because I didn't know because it just went straight to the radio station. Okay, this is Jacqueline. I'm calling from Cerritos. I'm nervous because I admire you so much, so I talk really fast when I get nervous. But anyway, I'm calling in because of how, you know, you gave the number out for people who thought about committing suicide.
Yes.
That used to be me. Everyone needs to know about God because over the years, I've taken pills. Okay, now, I grew up in the church, but at a younger age, I was molested. And so I know my mother loves me. You know, I know my family loves me. But I used to be so introverted. And people need to know about God because when I ended up going to therapy. When you think about committing suicide, it's not that you really want to kill yourself. I found that out through therapy. It's just that the pain that you're experiencing, you want that to be over with. But that's why people think like, oh, I'm going to kill myself. The last time I took like 36 pills, and then my brother called me, and I said, you know, I'm so glad you called me because I thought that no one loved me, but I knew my family loved me. But the devil has a way of talking to your mind. So that's why they tell you never, you know, like be alone.
Don't isolate yourself.
All I was doing is thinking about committing suicide. Like when I would be driving and a diesel is getting ready to hit me, it's like, okay, hit me. Because growing up in the church, if you commit suicide, it's Bible, you're going straight to hell. So I'm like, okay, if this diesel hit me, it's like I didn't kill myself. The diesel did it. So I would just stay there, you know, driving real fast on the freeway. Now, I've gotten prayed for, you know, over the years. And then each time someone prays for you, it's like an onion. Keep layers and layers and layers, keep getting peeled off. And so I remember one time I was doing Uber, and this pastor and his wife and his son, she said that suicide and, being molested. And people that's been molested, it's like we share the same story. And she said for some reason, she said that it was meant for her to be in the car with me. The whole time we talked about the Lord, my experience and her experience. She prayed with me.
Amen.
She said, you need to forgive him. She said, because when you forgive him, it's not for him, it's for you. And I'm telling you, once I did that, it released everything. And then I finally told my mother. I told my mother when it happened, thank God, I had the type of mother that believed me right away when I told her. The man who did this, he tried to kill my mother. Now, my mother, she's a minister. Before the pandemic, me and my mother, we would go downtown and feed the homeless. We would pray for them and everything. And so now I can talk about what happened to me. And then it's like all of a sudden I'm a bus driver. I'm also a hairstylist. I was meeting females that was broken just like me. And I was able to share my story with them. I said, you know what? It's not that you want to kill yourself. It's just the pain that you're going through. You want that to be over with. That's why it's so important for people to know about the Lord. Because if you kill yourself, you're going to hell. And you don't have a chance to ask the Lord to forgive you. When I hear about people committing suicide, my heart goes out to them because I know, what the Bible says. I know a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, but I hope someone is listening to me that been through what I went through. You just want the pain of what you're going through to be over with. I mean, the devil really, really had my mind. And I finally got healed from all this about 4 years ago. And this month, I will be, I think, 58. When you get older, you forget how old you are. So I think I'll be 58. And I just got healed 4 years ago. So, I hope someone just reach out to God because that's the only one that can take the hurt and the pain away. And that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to share that. And hopefully someone, would get it. And I did go to therapy.
Thank you.
That's what I was calling in to say.
Thank you so much for making room for yourself. Thank you so much for loving yourself. Thank you so much for saying that you are worthy. Even despite whatever fear, anxiety, nervousness, you said that you were worthy. And that is the most important thing that we understand the value of our life. I ended every day with the show. You are your greatest asset. I don't care what you're trying to hold on to, what door you're trying to walk in, what clothes you're trying to put on your back, what food you want to be particular. If you are not well with self, anything that is an extension of you will fall by the wayside. Well, it sounds like you calling for a new dawn, a new day. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity, and I admire you. This front page, I'm no shade, but this front page is better than what it used to be. And I'll just leave that alone. I liked her too, but I love your topic. I know you have other callers, so I'm going to go and hang up. And you have a blessed day.
You too. I love you. Thank you. We're making room out here, family. If you know somebody who has experienced thoughts of suicide, here's the number again. 800-273-8255. 800-273-8255. Or simply text hello. 741-741. I even like the moment of hello, because that's exactly what our previous caller just stated. Needing somebody to connect with. All right, y'all, I got to go to the commercial break because we got to get some money. Y'all blowing up the lines and I see you and I want to make room for you. But I got to make room for this cash so I can stay on this air. All right, it's the front page. I'm doing like the break of day. It's Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. BRP.
This is the front page with Don Day on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with a piece of Black history.
My name is Alexia, and I'm 11 years old. I'm from Westboro Heights, and my history is Black history. Reverend Raphael Warnock came to prominence in Georgia as the senior pastor at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, the former pulpit of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Now he is on the national stage as a newly elected senator at Georgia, the first African American to represent the stay in that position. We salute Senator Raphael Warnock and his fight for quality healthcare and the dignity of working people. My history is Black history, and it is because of them we enjoy many of the freedoms of today. I'm Alexia, and I am free, radio free on 102.3 KJLH.
Learn more and do more this Black History Month at KJLHradio.com.
Black babies die at twice the rate of other babies because they are born too small and too soon. Black Infant Health serves to improve birth outcomes by focusing on empowering Black women to reduce their stress and make healthy life choices. For over 30 years, Black Infant Health has been dedicated to providing resources, support, and a sisterhood safe space for Black mothers to share their common experiences and concerns to the benefit of all mothers. If you are Black, 16 years or older, or up to 6 months postpartum, Black Infant Health is for you. Discover a wealth of resources and support. Go to blackinfanthealth.org. That's blackinfanthealth.org. Because when Black women receive the support they need for a healthy birth, we pave the way for a healthier Black family and community. Enroll now at blackinfanthealth.org.
Did you know with the high cost of living due to inflation, the average funeral cost is now $20,000 based on information from the Federal Trade Commission? Pre-planning is so important for a traditional funeral service. Relieve your loved ones from the stress of making decisions on your behalf. McKay's Family Mortuaries offers over 20 years of services and reliability. And their pre-planning department is available to meet you in the privacy of your home or at one of 4 locations in Southern California. McKay's Family Mortuaries is located at 3918 Marine Avenue in the city of Lawndale. Call them at 310-978-8877, 310-978-8877, or visit mckaysmortuaries.com. They understand that day-to-day lives are a blessing. However, tomorrow is not always promised, and McKay's Mortuaries is here to help. Also, veterans programs and information are available. Call them at 310-978-8877. That's 310-978-8877, or visit mckaysmortuaries.com. That's mckaysmortuaries.com.
Hey, it's Steve Harvey, y'all. Here's what happened on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. I want to apologize to the men that listen to this show who have to sweat while in your car with your wife. I know you've considered skipping over the strawberry letter of lately due to the turn of events with Shirley being the home killer that she is. To try to save this relationship before Shirley sends another relationship off to divorce court.
I'm not breaking them up.
Shame on you, Shirley.
Okay?
Nobody
Shame
said this was a creep spot. This is an Airbnb.
It's the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Weekdays with me, Adela Mar, on 102.3 Radio Free KJLH.
You're listening to The Front Page with Dawn Day on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
You're damn right. You better tell somebody to tell somebody else that the front page is live and full effect with this woman. Her name is Dawn Like the Break of Day. And you know I'm doing nothing but loving on you. Because at the front page, we know that it's about you because we are you. Specifically on this program. Everything I'm talking about is because of you. So with that being said, know that we are spreading love because that's what we all about here at Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. And therefore, we are making this Valentine's one to remember. And what we need you to do is sign up to win tickets to see Kim with Lettucey and Music Soul Child February 17th at the Microsoft Theater. And we're proud to bring you Love, Soul, and R&B with Frankie Beverly and Maze at the YouTube Theater. That's happening February 18th. And what you'll need to do is register to win your Valentine's concert hookup at the station that loves you, bringing all the kindness, joy, love, and happiness. Yeah, KJLHradio.com. We got you. Dawn Day got you. Also, you know, I love it when you guys reach out to me on social media, when you're sending out emails. Well, I had an individual, let's use the name Anthony, just for purposes of identity. Anthony reached out, and this really touched me, reached out and said, hey, I was wondering if we can bring this conversation to the forefront. Men of single homes, is it possible to inquire how to become successful as a man or a boy growing up in a home with no dad? How did you do it? Did you grow up in a single mother parenting household where your mother was the head of house? What was that like for you? I was just sharing with a coworker here, and I'm going to leave their name out because I didn't ask if I could share their story. But their father had transitioned. I shared with you, family, that my father transitioned when I was 3 months. And my sister was 3. And my coworker was sharing that they, too, were in their single years, I guess, between the ages of 1 and 5 when their father had transitioned. And I said, did you ever think whether or not you have daddy issues? I would have immediately said no. I'm like, oh, my gosh, my dad didn't leave me, blah, 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 whatever shield that wall of lack of vulnerability. And I had to say, wait a minute. The child still needs to comprehend when I'm going to school how everybody's having a daddy-daughter dance and Dawn's dad isn't there. Or perhaps there's Father's Day and every man is making a card, but Dawn's dad isn't there. Or, you know, that person that sticks up for you and ensuring that you're dating or dealing with the right people, you know, your dad or whomever that is. But Dawn's dad wasn't there. And I said, wow, I wonder. I perhaps do. And I think I know it comes out, or what it looks like is that, you know, the whole I got to do everything syndrome. And what I mean by that, growing up with my mother in a single parent household, this force, this energy, this boldness, that's Janice Hill right there. But also on the flip side, I don't know if I've been able to make room for a lot of people to come into my life to do things for me. Does that make sense? People need to feel needed and wanted. And because I grew up in a situation where it was just us, we had to handle everything. As I've gotten older, I realized that I find it a challenge to make room for people to support me. Not that I don't want to, it's perhaps I don't know how. So that can look like daddy issues. So brothers, can you help our brother Anthony out? If you grew up in a single parent household, led by your mother, how did you come out to be successful? How did you learn the characteristics of being a man? Who did you look up to? Yeah? All right, it's Talk to Me Tuesday. The phone lines are open. Now, I hit up everybody on the break and I said, hold on, I'm coming back. Y'all better be there. Bobo, let's go to line 3. Talk to me.
Reparations in memory of our
Oh, suck it now.
God bless morning, Don Day.
Happy belated birthday, Miss Molly Bell.
Well, thank you. But you said it to me early on Friday. So
I sure did. I ain't gonna miss the legend herself.
Well, thank you.
Now, what's this I hear? What you doing on Facebook? What council member? What was y'all doing yesterday out there?
Okay, here goes. First of all, I just want to say, everybody, when you turn on Don Day, get you a notebook. Got them little composition notebooks, 99 cents at a 99-cent store. Get you some pay, and always listen with paper and pen.
That's right.
Because a lot of you call me up and ask me, who did she say? What number did she give out? Don, you are blowing it up.
Thank you.
You are blowing it up, and know that for a fact. Well, first of all, I want to say I spend my birthday, first of all, remembering A.J. Weber and Dijon Kizee. And I went, first of all, to the funeral of Takar Smith, who was that was the brother that was killed. His wife had called the police, but she had called the health part, Don. She didn't call the police. They gave her another number. But the police came out anyway, and they shot and killed
my
Smith.
God.
But the sad part, at the funeral, one of the persons got up, and they said to her, you shouldn't have called the police. This is your fault that he was killed.
Are you serious?
At the funeral.
Jesus.
And she got up, and she cried, and she said that it wasn't. I need everybody to understand. The only fault that it belonged to was the police.
You dang all right.
That's the only fault that it was belonged to. Second of all, on the other day, the one that you were asking me about with Assemblyman Reggie Jones Sawyer.
Assemblyman, yeah.
That was for Anthony Lowe. That was the amputee. Now, on our page, I'm with Coalition for Community Control of the Police. A lot of Latinos were writing in and giving us shade, saying, why are you standing up for this black man? He stabbed my father, my uncle, my cousin, and it is his fault. It is not, we're not just standing up for Anthony Lowe, and we are sorry. But your love person will never get the truth. We are standing against the police in Huntington Park. They're the one that shot and killed
Anthony Lowe, an amputee. And if they had not done that, Anthony would have had his day in court. He would have been able to testify. We're supposed to go before a judge and a jury, Don. We're supposed to go. The police do not have the right to shoot and kill somebody. They are not our judge and our jury. So we had to write back, and we're saying we'll find out what happened to your loved one. And we're not just standing up. Our fight is against the system of white supremacy, especially through the police and sheriff department.
Hello, somebody.
So don't go blaming us and other people for standing up for justice, because that's what we're supposed to do, right? Talk to me Tuesday. I want to let you to know that yesterday with Kevin Ross, you were great. You were simply great. And all the callers today, ask Big Mama for the obituaries, go look in the census, and get everything that Brother Fixico talked about. I close by saying, because I know your line is heavy, this is the Bell Report, coined by Don Day. She said that. So
act like you know.
All you prayer warriors out there, you know what you've got to do. You've got to keep fasting. You've got to keep praying, because the struggle continues. But always, to God be the glory. We love you, Don Day.
I love you, Miss Molly Bell. Be blessed. Ooh, talk to me. Let's go to line 4. Talk to me Tuesday.
Oh, good morning.
Great morning to you.
Yes, Don Day, this is Lena, first time calling in. And yesterday I went to the bookstore to try to get Mr. Ross' sister book. So can you give me the name of the book and her last name?
Oh, yes. The name of the book is Soul Survivor by Mary Smith.
Oh, Marsha Mary?
Mary Smith.
Oh, Mary Smith. Okay,
Yes.
I had the wrong. Okay. And I just want to say, Don Day, you are doing an amazing job. I mean, I just love your spirit and the information you put out there, and I just love you. You're just so cool.
Thank you so much. Your voice sounds real familiar.
Oh, okay. But I call the station all the time, but this is my first. But I've been listening to you since you've been on Front Page.
Oh, is there October 17th? Thank you so much for making room for me.
Oh, yes. On mornings I get up and I listen to you, and I just love your spirit and the information you put out there. So the book is called Soul Survivor, and her name is Mary Smith.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the bookstore today.
Also, hey, while you're at it, have you heard of, I didn't forgot the name, and I meant to do it. Have you heard of the Black-owned woman store? It's called Salt Eaters.
No, where is that located?
Let me look at it right now. I want to give her a shout out because I said this woman, she's 29 years old. Her name is Asha Gant. I don't know if it's Asha Grant or Asha Gant. Tell her that Dawn Day is looking for her. Because when it comes to our Black women and we doing stuff for our communities, I want people to know. So the name of the bookstore is called Salt Eaters. It's over here in Inglewood. The address is 302 East Queen Street.
All right, 302 East Queen Street.
Yup, and it's called the Salt Eaters Bookshop.
Oh, okay.
Owned by a Black woman.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
So 302 East Queen in Inglewood.
Yup, that's right.
Okay. All right. Okay. Love you much.
I love you too. Thank you.
You're doing a fantastic job.
All right. I appreciate you. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Let's go to line 1. Talk to me Tuesday. Who's this?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Oh, is this Kemio?
Yes, it is.
Big brother, let me tell you something, Kemio. Why Kevin Ross was up in here, as soon as we closed the show, he said, God, dog. Well, that's me saying God, dog. But he was like, oh, man, I forgot to give Kemio a shout out. I said, how you forget to get a man that got you on the show to shout out? And then that's when I saw your DM. Hey.
Hey, it's Don Day. First off, I want to thank you for Kevin Ross and the small gesture, big smile. But the comment that I was going to call to talk about something else, I got to put something else on the air. My wife's father passed away on Friday, Mr. Michael Dirks. He was a great man, and I want to honor him. And I got to meet my sisters and my brother, And I just want to acknowledge him for being an amazing father-in-law, because that's one of the hardest hills you got to cross when you marry a woman, is you got to get the acceptance of her father. And I was blessed to receive that blessing from Pops. So I have to acknowledge him today for that.
Will you please give Stacy my condolences and let her know that I'm praying and uplifting her?
I will definitely do that. I will definitely do that. And then on the second note, I want to, you said something about how a person grows up in a one-parent household and becomes successful. With Don Day, I'm not successful as I would like to be, but I am very successful in the aspect of I didn't become a gang member. I grew up in a gang neighborhood. All of them knew me. The days that they tried to get me to gang bang, I wouldn't do it. I would get beat up and go home. Or some days I wouldn't fight. But the times you would get me to fight is if you did something to my brother or my sisters. Then everybody found out Kimio can fight. He just don't like to. So I started just trying to be a better person. So from that being said, LA is a fickle city, and I chased entertainment. And because I wasn't a gang member, I didn't get the success that I wanted. I know a lot of these artists out here. I can name them, but I'm not friends with them because I don't live the image that everybody wants them to live. And I grew up as the oldest child to my mom having me at 16. And everybody in my neighborhood knew what was more important to me was taking care of my brothers and sisters from my mom. So if that meant I couldn't hang out with y'all because my brothers and sisters came first, that was what it was. And then when I got older and grown, my next mission was to show everybody in LA, my neighborhood, everywhere around, all the neighborhoods, that I'm not going to be no gangster, and I'm still going to do it.
Can I jump in real quick, Kimio?
Yes, ma'am.
Real quick, this is something I want to explore because I always want to make sure that we shed light on these types of conversations. One thing I have been exploring is I'm unpacking myself and doing better with myself, helping and support myself, is understanding like traumas that I didn't even realize exist. And pardon me if I'm overstepping, but this is just a moment of giving space and grace even for yourself as this young child. I don't know how old you were. I think you might have just said 16 in your teenage years. That was a lot. And I'm not saying any shame to your mother because we are all doing the best that we can. But that is a lot of pressure for a young teenage man to know that I got to support a family and support my mother. Yes, it may have curtailed you from being on the streets, getting locked up, being wayward. But what about that PTSD of that pressure where you just couldn't, as I like to say, pack light, have fun, and be free? So I wanted to say that on that sector. But then let's circle back to the question at hand that you were addressing. I believe with the gentleman, Anthony, as we are labeling him as, what he is stating more so is that the development of becoming a man, not so much as just successful about here and not ending up on the streets. What I received from the question was growing up in a single parent household led by a mother, because he was specific to say by a mom, not just a single parent, and how to be successful. And I think that comes into play as who was that role model who taught how to be a man. Pardon my ignorance. Make room for me, family. And if it's something you don't like that I say, I'm willing to bring it back, but let me just get it out. What I have seen in my years on this earth, and this is probably, I don't know if it's quote unquote kosher to say, is that oftentimes that I have seen behaviors from men that I would say exhibit that I would wonder if they were raised in a female household. Has nothing to deal with sexuality, but just how you're handling situations, how catty one can be, how combative. Okay, we can bring it. Kimio, you still there?
Yes, ma'am. I want to say this to you, Ms. Dawn. That's why Kevin Ross was on that show. See, I could speak on some people because they're deceased right now, but Kevin Ross was one of the men that gave me knowledge as a kid. There's another guy from the jungles that was named Big Blink that gave me knowledge as that gave me knowledge as a kid. There's some more Chris from Hoover that gave me knowledge as a kid. There's some Chris from 60 that gave me knowledge as a kid. I had so many gang members that saw me being a normal person that decided to just give me game so that I could stay Kenio. And there's a lot of brothers that still active that I'm not going to say their name because they still active. And what I've learned, I'm going to tell you this. When I went to the county jail and they knew already where I grew up from, they threw me blood module. And when I got in that blood module, they knew where I grew up, but they also knew I was a fish out of water. I didn't know none of this stuff. I didn't know how to handle myself in them environments. And the only thing I knew how to do was stand up and be a man.
But it's interesting that you say that, and that's why I really want to unpack this, and I got to get to the other callers. Because what does it mean to be a man? What does that mean, and what does that look like? But Kimio, we've been on the phone. Oh, Kimio, make room for me. Make room.
I am. I'm sorry.
No worries. I just got to let you know. I have been noted. You have been on here for almost 10 minutes, and we got to get the call. We got other callers. No, it's okay. I know you have something to express, but we just got to get it to where we need it. And right now, you were saying that, and what I received in response to the question that we got from Anthony is based on if you do not have that role model, being able to seek somebody else that's outside of the household. But because we got to move on, and you know, you always got a place in my heart. You can hit me up anytime. I do want to send my condolences to wife Stacy. No, it's fine. And Kevin Ross was here because of you.
God is good.
All the time.
Kevin Ross is here because of you in the city, Miss Don Day.
That's
you're the
right.
one reaching out, pulling them in.
I take it.
Everybody hear him, but you're the one grabbing them.
Thank you so much.
All right, 100, everybody. I love you, LA.
Love you, Kimio. Peace out. Lines are blowing up. I got to make sure I make room. We only got about 15 minutes. All right. Line 2. Talk to me. Dog, you there? All right. Line 3. Hello? Oh. Hello?
Hello?
Hey
Hi.
there. Great morning.
Great morning. It's Jay Got Soul here.
Jay.
I heard you looking for me.
Girl, we out on the streets. I've been watching you like a hawk in the sky and fly. As you was my prey, my prey. Look, you got to know Aaliyah to know. What's up?
Man, nothing much. So I wanted to share my brand. I am the founder of Black Money Matters Act Like It. And we're a financial literacy brand trying to teach the youth, young adults, and whoever wants to learn about financial literacy the practical way.
Really?
One of our major issues in our community is the fact that we don't understand what our money is to be used for. And so that's where our power is, but we're not using our power the proper way. So I did some research on Black Money Matters, Black Wall Street in particular, of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I was very intrigued by how they pulled their resources together at the time where the law said blacks and whites couldn't do business together and created Black Wall Street. And so, you know, with the things that's going on now, I'm like, why aren't we doing that now? And we have the digital. You know, it's digital now, so we don't have to necessarily be brick and mortar. Why aren't we doing that now?
Folks be acting like they're scared digitally, and this is like family. We have to make room to get knowledge about what's happening in our community. And you know what? You called me right in time because you talked about how this Black Wall Street is going on. Well, you're familiar with the Green Book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you know that they got a spicy Green Book that's coming out to L.A.?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay, well, I'm glad. Let me tell you about it. What's today? What's today's date? The 7th?
Yes.
Okay, so this is happening on the 11th, so I guess this is this weekend. Okay, family.
Okay.
What Miss Molly Bell said, get your pen and paper. Okay. Spicy Green Book, the virtual Black Business Directory, is hosting their outdoor market February 11th. I just said it, over there in Manhattan Beach. So check out these vendors, and just like how you talking about right now, how we can spread our money within us. If you are a vendor, this is an opportunity for you to show up, to show out. If you're Black-owned pop-up or food truck, apply today to be a vendor. The vendor fee is $100. They're willing to work out payment plans. Now, if you want more information about Spicy Green Book, are you listening? I'm talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They got the website. It's spicygreenbook.org. They even got an Instagram page, Spicy Green Book. And if y'all, whoever got this business, because you know I'm in the business of making dreams come true and talking about the success we can do with ourselves, for ourselves, with ourselves, well, go ahead and visit this tiny URL. This is how you sign up. Come on. tinyurl.com/SGB, S as in Sam, G as in Gary, B as in book, dash vendor, VENDOR, dash app, APP. Jai, did I say your name right? Or is it Jay or Jai?
Jay.
Jay Soul?
Jay got soul.
I heard that. A lot of that. First of all, shout out to Miss Wanda, because the love that she got on you and how she affirms over you.
I appreciate you, Miss Wanda. Thank you.
Hello, somebody. So what I need you to do is this. I like what you're talking about. I'm all about us. In fact, that's what I started the show about. I was like, we need to start relying on other people and figure out how we got to get this money within ourselves. Laying our eyes on ourselves, spending money with ourselves, getting to know ourselves. Can you shoot me an email? Front page at kjlhradio.com. And then I'm going to send you over a link. It is our front page guest link. It's a Google document. I need you to insert your information, put the talking points, all that. And then we're going to book you to get on this show. How about that? I heard the hell out of that.
Let's do it.
All right, then. All right, Jay. I'm going to holler at you.
All right. Talk
All
to you
right.
soon.
Be amazing. All right. All right, let's go to line 3. Talk to me.
Hello, Don J. This is Victoria.
Hey, Victoria. It's doing like the break of day here. How can I help you?
Yes. Hello. I'm doing just great. Look, I would like to bring something to your attention and the listeners as well. I've been a member of Love, Peace, and Happiness for over 32 years. I was gang stalked there. And it spilled over into my community. Everywhere I go, I'm being followed. And this is no exaggeration. Every single place that I go.
Who is following you?
Followed. Everywhere. It has been so traumatic for me. I'm a single woman. I'm a senior, by the way. Mm-hmm. So I'm not out there looking for anyone. Mm-hmm. And don't intend to find anyone because that's not my lifestyle.
Okay.
But that church has spilled over into my personal life. I am in danger. If I can talk with the lady who goes to Love, Peace, and Happiness to pray, I would like for her to get in touch with me so we can make it secure for other women to attend church.
Yes.
Without being gang-stalked, without being kissed in the mouth. This is from the top to the bottom. It's not just the ministers. It's about 98% of that congregation. Mm. And I know that. I've been there for 32 years and still counting. I haven't been there for a while because I was so afraid to go to the bathroom because they had men, strange men, waiting in the lobby.
Oh, my gosh.
Me. I'm serious, Don J. I am serious. And I need to have someone to help me to know what to do to make sure we are not in danger.
You damn right. Because as a community, we look out for each other. And we ain't doing this whole thing of sweeping it under the rug.
This church doing this to black women.
So do you feel comfortable giving your number now, or would you like to be placed on hold? And I'm going to get your information.
Let me put me on hold, and I would be more than happy.
Okay, I'm going to have you talk to Bobo.
My address or number.
Okay, you're going to get Bobo's going to get your number and your information. Okay. And then when I get in contact with our caller, Miss Marilyn, I'm going to have y'all put in contact because we need to have more conversations like this. Because it's time that it stops.
We sure do.
You're damn right. Okay, hold on, okay? Bobo on the line. He going to get you some information. All right, let's go to line 4. Talk to me Tuesday. Can you take her information? It's okay. I don't care if you can. It's okay. I'll be okay. Hello, are you there? Let's go to line 1.
Hello,
you there?
Sister Dawn, how are you?
Fred, where you been at? You you usually call me with the first time.
I know. When I woke up late, but I told my buddy of mine, I'm going to see if I can get you. I know you go off at 6 o'clock. So I thought if I couldn't get on, I was going to try Thursday. But anyway, I'll make it real quick. I'm sure you're going to watch the president's speech tonight, right?
Yes.
5 o'clock, Channel 7. And this governor, I forget what state, Huckabee, she's going to give the Republican response. But see, the thing is, people got to realize Joe Biden has done a great job to the Senate. It's answer time because crazy Kevin McCarthy got the House. Hopefully, in 2025, the Democrats can reclaim the House. Right now, they got the Senate. And I believe, I'm telling my girlfriend and everybody, that we got to stick with the Biden and Harris ticket because, see, right now, the Republican Party is nothing but that's a lot for some people, a train wreck. And so now it's going to be between Trump and DeSantis for president. A lot of our Republicans do not want Trump up there. They like somebody else to run. And so who's going to be next? Ron DeSantis. He crazy. He wants to get rid of Black history in the schools in Florida. He needs his behind whooped. If I'm a person, Chris Evans, but see, if I wasn't, I'd go get a hold of DeSantis and do like Red Fox say on Saracen, how'd you like some of these across your lips, sucker? Oh yeah, I'll bring it down.
Wait a minute, Fred. You about to get bowdy about it.
Definitely. I'm telling everybody in my neighborhood, we got to get behind Biden and Harris. And one of the reasons why Kamala Harris did so well, Biden had the Black women behind him, and so it was very good for him to take advice of Jim Clyburn, senator out of South Carolina. You got to get a Black woman on the Supreme Court. Now, if Trump had won the presidency anywhere in the world, we would have one of our sisters up on the highest court. So you got to look at all that. I'll take my comments
Wait a minute, Fred. Hold on.
You want me hold on?
I got to talk to you about something. You ain't even let me say nothing to you.
Go on, sister.
I was looking for you I was looking for you last week because I was looking at the Times. I done left it in the other office room. But anyway, I'm going to go off what I remember. I've been wondering what your thoughts are about since they re-elected Chief Michael Moore. And Karen Bass had supported him.
Yeah, well, I really think that Karen Bass made a big boo-boo by appointing him because, see, the thing is that we need police reform. And I don't know why Michael Moore want to do that. So now he says he's going to run, he's not going to do a whole 5-term. He's going to do maybe 2 to 3 and then do succession, which I think he wants to be involved with. We got the Summer Olympics coming in 2028. So when he steps down and
it'll be right after
2 years, 3 years. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of. I think I mentioned that. I probably got about. I think it's Deputy Chief. I'm gonna say Taranges. Anyway, she is.
Fred, we getting kicked out the studio. Fred, we getting kicked out the studio. I gotta cut you off because we gotta.
Yeah.
Call me you Thursday, and don't forget to call me on Tuesday. And please, listen. I'm a creature of habit. Do not tease me, Fred, calling me first off when we first start the show, and then don't call me to the end. Okay. Okay, I love you. I gotta go. Family, oh my gosh, the lines are blowing up. I did not even get to everybody, but I appreciate you. I love the fact that we were having these real conversations with real people right now. And furthermore, I love this whole notion how we shouting people out. They're calling in, then we're booking them on guests. Well, it looks like we about to have Jay Gasol. Tomorrow, I have 2 guests I'm going in between because there is a protocol to how you need to submit your information to be on Front Page with Dawn Day. I'm here to support you, but again, there is a protocol of how we do things. With that being said, I'm looking at two guests. I'm between Valerie Rhodes. Yeah, I got your information today. Kevin Ross had recommended, as well as Kiana Monroe. She is a survivor of sex trafficking, and she also is counseling and services. And after speaking with our previous caller and Miss Marilyn sharing her experience about being abused, and then Miss Victoria calling about the church, I'm in between, but we're going to see. Either way, just know that you are in for a special treat, okay? In addition to that, I want to tell you to make sure you download the KJLH app. Make sure you check out the past episodes on demand feature. Know that we stream live on Facebook, Instagram, and several social media platforms at Dawn DAI Speaks on all social media. Follow Radio Free KJLH. Plus, if you like more of these conversations, follow me, Vitamin D with Dawn Day at Vitamin D Dawn Day on all social media. I'm getting tongue-tied because I got to get out of here. I got 15 seconds. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, if you want the original source of vitamin D, baby, that'd be me. Check me out at Dawn DAI Speaks on all social media. All right, you know I always say, I'm in the business of making dreams come true, and I damn sure ain't gonna forget about mine. So until next time, family, always remember, you are your greatest asset.
This is The Front Page with Dawn Day on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
My history is Black history.
This Black History Month, Radio Free 102.3 KJLH honors
Myrlie Evers, better known as the wife/widow of civil rights leader Medgar Evers.
Here's Myrlie Evers exclusively in her own words.
What do you want your legacy to be?
A woman who knew love from the very beginning of her life to this day.